Hey guys, Wix100 here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use list controls. So, as always, let's create a new project, Windows Forms App.NET Framework. I'm putting it in my repository, and list controls. Okay, so the two main controls that we're going to be working with today is a combo box, and let me put a new one in because it made that one small, and a list box. So let's put these, their sizes ever so slightly different. There we go. And so we're going to also have a button and two radio buttons. Okay, so as I said previously, these tutorials are based on the previous tutorials as well. So this tutorial is also incorporating radio buttons and normal buttons, which I showed you how to use in the basic controls tutorial. So if you haven't watched that already, pause this, go to the basic controls tutorial, watch that, and then come back. Okay, now that you're back, let's go on and name our controls. So the button will be called show button. Radio button will be called CB radio button. CB stands for combo box. By the way, you guys can name these whatever you want. I mean, there are rules on, like, you can't use symbols unless it's a underscore, but like, you can, the names don't matter. It's just easier to remember what each control does. Let's call the second one LB radio button. LB stands for list box. Let's change the text to be list box, and combo box. Change the button to be selected item. Let's put a space there. Change the combo box to EX combo box, and change the list box to be EX list box. So as what I have dubbed their category of list controls implies, actually let's change the text on the form too. As the term list controls implies, both a combo box and a list box hold lists. So let's go to the property called items and click this ... and let's add a few items to the list. As it says here, one per line. So let's say list 1, list 2, list 3, list 4, list 5. 5's good enough. And then for the combo box, let's do the same thing. Click the ... button and say combo 1, combo 2, combo 3, combo 4, combo 5. And these can be whatever you want to. Doesn't matter. They're all strings, which is just a bunch of characters together. And so let's change combo box to be checked. So it says checked here, and say true. And then double click on the form, which brings up the form load property, and say combo EX combo box dot selected item, no, not selected item, selected index equals 0, and EX ListBox dot selected index equals 0. So the selected index is the number that corresponds with the currently selected item. So if I open up the items property, let's actually change these to be 0 oriented so that they match the indexes. So each item has a different number and it goes 0 to 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's do the same thing here. Now the indexes would still be 0 through 4 no matter what I made these. I put 2 2s. No matter what I made those numbers, I just made those numbers correspond with the indexes to make things easier. So if you set the selected index to 3, then it would be the 4th item because the first item is the 0. All programming arrays start with zeros, and the last item is the length minus 1. So there are 5 items, so the last index would be 5 minus 1, which is 4. So let's double click on the button to get the button click method and say if ComboBox dot checked, not ComboBox, sorry, if CB radio button dot checked equals true, not true, there we go, then message box, apparently for this I have to type out message box dot show and then put in quotes, not in quotes, sorry, put ex combo box dot selected item and dot toString. So what this does is if the CB radio button is checked, which it currently is, then show the whichever item is selected, the text of the item. So selected item is the item itself, and selected index is the number that corresponds with that item. The toString converts it into a string so that you can actually have the message box show it. Else message box dot show ex listbox dot selected item dot toString. Okay, so now hit start, and selected item combo 1. So it gets from the combo box selected item list 2 because I have list 2 selected. List 4, I switch it back to combo box and select 3. Combo 3, combo 2. And let's see if that works. No, that throws an error. Okay, so what we're going to do then to prevent that error is change drop down style to drop down list. And then while we're at it, let's change the form border style, where is it? There it is, to fixed single. And remove the maximize box. So now we hit start. And we cannot resize the thing, we cannot maximize it, and we cannot type our own text in the combo box so that it won't throw that error when doing the selected item. So that was an overview of the different of the two most basic list controls. There is also a list view, but that is more complicated to use, so I will be doing a different tutorial later on how to use that, because it has more properties. So hope you enjoyed. Check out the GitHub for the code. Check out my Discord for any programming help you might need, or if you want to give others help, or if you just want to have a place to have fun. So till next time, bye.